Work on the topic is work on the right things. Even Michelangelo would have trouble getting out of bed if he had nothing but a day of spreadsheets ahead. It's hard to imagine Leonardo da Vinci working for a corporation or being a government bureaucrat. Easy, Andrew. It's very important to ask yourself if you are working on the right things. You will always reluctant if you don't love what you do, and pursuing a task without putting your heart and soul in it, it's going to make you feel good. It's not it isn't going to make you feel good. Even your body will start telling you it's time to change your job. If you feel lethargic, exhausted, sick, burnt out, and it's probably because you don't find any meaning in what you do. It's never easy to motivate by things that hold no meaning to you. If your work is repetitive and boring, uninspiring, or meaningless, it's going to be very hard for you to happy about your life. Remember that no job is more important than living a fulfilled life. Although there may be times when doing what you love is hard, it will still bring you more satisfaction than an easy, boring 9 to 5 occupation. It's important to follow your passion because by doing so, you will find yourself working with immense enthusiasm and contentment. It's no use becoming an accountant, for example, if your passion is to paint. At some point in the future, you will eventually feel disillusioned and unfulfilled. Work is happiness. You will probably spend most of your life doing some kind of work. If you don't choose what you want, somebody else will choose it for you, and you may not like it. If your parents coax you into studying law when you would prefer to be a gardener, your future career will always feel like a burden to you. But if you choose a career that aligns with your inner passions, you will be blissful. Your job is the pathway to happiness. You you can't be happy if you don't like your job. You can never be motivated to work if you don't like your job. On the other hand, if you love your job, you will never be feel lazy about doing it. You will never even forget the concept of laziness entirely. I have one piece of advice for you. If you don't love what you do, start finding a way to leave as soon as possible. Look for something that ignite your passion and align with your goals. It will make you at ease with existence. Listen to your inner self, it will guide you. Don't run away from hard things. Doing what you love doesn't mean running away from the complex aspects of your life. Neither does it mean you give anything less than 100% or that you become complacent. Usually, whenever we start doing something new, we are highly motivated and begin in earnest. Once that initial motivation wears off, reality set in, the challenges begins to surface. This is where the problem can arise. With every task seeming more challenging, and it's at this point we start disliking our job. Even if it is our passion, we may face with hurdles and we need to overcome. Needless to say, following your passion doesn't guarantee that you will always be happy. When Vincent van Gogh was 27, he dedicated himself entirely to painting. He used to work with extremely intensity. Painting was his whole life and he was highly productive, and he used to paint at lightning speed. But despite his hard work and genius, he struggled financially because His painting couldn't sell. He was a man ahead of his time. His younger brother, Theo Van Gogh, had to support him financially. Later on in life, Vincent's mental health deteriorated, and on 27th, 1980, he shot himself in the chest with a pistol while painting alone in a field, and he died 2 days later. Van Gogh tragic and hence highlighted the toll that pursuing one's passion can sometimes take. It's it's poignant reminder that the passion alone doesn't guarantee happiness or success. We must also be prepared to confront and overcome challenges in the pursuit of your dreams. Ultimately, we need to cultivate courage and per- perseverance. Understanding the overcoming obstacles is often a part of the journey and towards fulfilling and self realization. Learn to prioritize. You can't do everything just like everyone else. You have limited energy and should spend it in the best way possible. If you spread yourself too thinly and you risk exhausting and no result, that's the point at which you are more likely to give up and seeing little reward for all of your efforts. It's much more productive to focus your energy on selected tasks. In this case, less is definitely more. Attract, don't chase. Another useful lesson in life is it is not to chase after everything. Instead, work on making yourself better, so that you attract whatever it is you seek. By focusing on yourself, everything will fall into place. You are great. You may have told yourself that you aren't good enough to achieve your dream. This kind of negative and self talk is a habit that can be broken. Instead of being your own worst enemy, start giving yourself a pep talk. You can do whatever you want once you put your mind on it. Rather than down talking yourself, tell yourself how good you are at a specific things. Raise your self confidence. One of the main reason why people remain lazy is that they tell themselves they aren't good enough. Start telling yourself you are great and believe it.